Hello students, good morning. Today we are going to see the last two important topics, that is we have already seen the major industries are what? Iron and steel industry and also the cotton textile industry or normally textile industry, right? So today what we are going to see mainly is this iron and steel industries. I have already said you the major areas in the world having big industries and also in India which are the areas we are having big industries we have already learned, right? So in this video we are going to see here the iron and steel industry. Okay ma'am, so what are the things that will be done in this iron and steel industry ma'am? Normally three things that should be there for an industry to run. What are the three things ma'am? As I already said you, first thing is raw material, right? Raw material. And the second thing is what? Second thing is capital. And the third thing is the finished product should go. So transportation, right ma'am? Transportation. So in this iron and steel industry, what raw material we need ma'am? We need iron ore as the raw material, right? So how this iron ore will be processed ma'am? This iron ore will be iron ore along with coal and limestone will be totally smelted by smelting, right? By smelting, what happened? Automatically it melts and that process converts the iron ore to steel, right ma'am? Steel. And normally these iron and steel industries are commonly called as what industry ma'am? Feeder industry, because it is the industry that is feeding many industries to have raw material. Raw material means the processed steel from the iron and steel industries, that only is taken as raw materials in many industries for making machines and automobiles, whatever it is, everything that needs iron and steel, right? So that is the main reason this industry is called as feeder industry, right? So the next thing what we are going to say is steel. Okay, you know about steel. Steel, whenever you heard about the word steel, what do you think? We can bend it, right? So it is a tough material. It will be a hard one, but continuous beating or continuous doing, we can easily shape it, right? And also even nowadays we are using all those things like electrical items and all those things. Even the wire is made up of this steel only, right? So that is the iron. What other than this, copper and many other materials are there, but iron is also the main thing, right? So here, what are the special alloys of steel? How it is made? That's what we are going to see here. So for normal iron, they will be using iron ore, coal and limestone. But for making steel, because after smelting, they have to refine it. Then only they can able to get the proper steel. Without refining, because in refining itself, automatically most of the dirts and most of the waste will be moved, and the steel alone will be getting. And for some special alloys of steel, they will be adding aluminium, nickel and copper to produce what? For copper wire, there are nothing, not only the copper material will be there, but also the material of steel, right? So that's what we are learning here. And the important steel centers that we are going to see here ma'am. So what are the main states that are producing iron and steel ma'am? Can you guess? It is mainly West Bengal, Jharkhand, Odisha and Chhattisgarh. I think we have already seen it. And the main regions that is producing steel means that is Bhilai, Durgapur, Burnpur, Jamshedpur, Rourkela and Bokaro. Okay ma'am. And two main areas we have to keep in our mind is Bhadravati and Vijayanagar is the main producer in Karnataka, and Salem is the biggest producer of steel in Tamil Nadu, and Vizag means Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh. Okay ma'am. So now we are going to see few important iron and steel centers. So you all know the word Jamshedpur, right? So today it is called as Jamshedpur. Once upon a time, in what name it was called, ma? It was called as in the name Sakshi. Okay, ma? Sakshi. And what? How it got transferred means only after TISCO entered to that area. TISCO was formed in that area, and after that it became a popular area, and then only it got renamed as Jamshedpur. Okay, what is TISCO, ma? TISCO is Tata Iron and Steel Company, right? So that was the first private company that was started in India by the year 1907 before independence. Okay, and one main reason why it was located there means you all know that not only in steel, iron and steel industries, the main requirement is not only the raw material, capital and transportation, but water, because for processing the iron, water is much needed. Okay, ma'am. So that is the reason it lies nearby to the rivers Subarnarekha and Karkai. Okay, that is the main reason TISCO was started there. And now we are going to see what are the benefits that TISCO got in that area. So the first thing is, after processing this steel, they will be transporting it to various markets and various areas. Now for that transportation is needed, I already said you. So 32 kilometers only from that area to Bengal Nagpur railway station. Okay, Bengal Nagpur railway station, that is what is Khadi, right? So that place. So that was nearby to Bengal Nagpur railway station. So railway line. So it is very easy for them to transport it. And the next thing is what? Nearby to that Jamshedpur only what? The biggest market, that is Kolkata market, is there, so that they can easily sell their iron and steel products. Okay, ma'am. And the next thing is, the raw material should, whenever an industry should run in a good way, it should get all the things nearby to that itself, right? So in the same way for TISCO, they are getting coals mainly from Jharia coalfields nearby to that, and not only that, but for government also supported very much this industry. So that is the main reason they got huge capital to invest in it. So that was the next important reason. And final thing is rivers. I already said you, Subarnarekha and Karka is nearby. So this is how TISCO was formed. It produced a huge amount of iron and steel products, and finally after this TISCO, what happened means our Indian government took initiative to to build an industry, a main common industry for iron and steel, and nowadays it was taken by the government. The main common name that is given to that is SAIL. SAIL. SAIL means what, ma? Steel Authority of India Limited. Okay, that is the one we are going to see here. And the next topic what we are going to study here is, okay, ma. So the next one we are going to see is Pittsburgh steel plant. Steel plant in Pittsburgh, that is mainly in USA. That is the biggest iron and steel plant, and in Pittsburgh it is in Ohio. Okay, ma. So here what we are going to see is the main advantages that it gets for the successful iron and steel industry is it gets raw material from the nearby Minisal area where many iron mines are there. From there they will be getting easily the raw materials. And the next main thing is water. So the rivers like Manogakala and Aligani were nearby to that area. So from that rivers they get more water for processing the iron and steel. The next thing is transportation. For transportation, they are having train lines to the Great Lakes nearby. Nearby to that area, Great Lakes is there, and they have trains to Great Lakes, and from that Great Lakes, they are having shipping. Okay, ma. Through ships, they take the iron and steel products of them to all over world. Okay, ma. So this is the main thing, and even the products used the products that they are getting from that industry are mainly used for railroad equipments and also rails, right? Rail tracks we will be saying now, rails, and also for the machineries. Okay, ma. So this is what the thing we are seeing finally in iron and steel industry. And next we are moving on to the cotton textile industry. Okay, ma. So whenever we come to know the cotton textile industry, India, you all know India is the country that is doing it in the early stages, mainly like an ancient art it was done, and weaving cloth from yarn and making it to a textile is the ancient art of India, and that is also main. At first, weaving is the main common thing done for making clothes in India and many areas. Okay, ma. So the common things that we are using in the textile industry are cotton, jute, wool, silk, and flax. Okay, ma. And the main raw material for the textile industry, that is fibers. Without fibers, there is nothing. We can't able to make the silk a complete product. Okay, ma. So for that, what are the fibers we are using is, there are two types of fibers. One is natural fibers and the next one is man-made fibers. Okay, ma. What are the main natural fibers, ma? These natural fibers are got from mainly through wool, silk, cotton, linen and jute. Okay, ma. In the same way, but man-made fibers means it is artificial, and that is mainly nylon, polyester, acrylic and rayon. Okay, so this textile industry, nama, it was first it was started in the Britain. Okay, ma'am, Britain, and then in different parts of the world it was started now, and in many countries nowadays textile industries are there. Okay, ma'am. So the main producers of cotton textile are, which are the countries, ma'am? India, China, Japan and USA. Textile industries are commonly in many countries, but cotton textiles is mainly in India, China, Japan and USA. Okay, and the different country material, that is the cloth textile, is called in different names in the olden days itself, and for the refined quality and brand. So that was the thing we are going to see. And the name Muslims, in all the countries, a country's product will be exported to many countries, right? In that areas, it will be called in different name. In the same way, Muslims of Dhaka, Sims of Mazulipatnam, and Calicos of Calicut, and gold wrought cotton of Bahanpur, Surat and Vadodara. Okay, ma. These are the main common brands in the olden days, familiar in many countries and in the world market. Okay, ma. So the next topic what we are going to see is, you can see some important points, ma. So for cotton and textile industry nowadays, there is a big competition between the traditional cotton textile industry and the mechanized industrial units, because in those days you all know through spinning and weaving was done through wheel, and also what that spinning wheel was taken as the chakra of our national flag, right? So in those days it was done through manpower, but nowadays for everything machines came, right, through technologies. So these people are doing the work very easily, and much amount of products were prepared, and they were made in a very short span of time. Okay, so that is the main reason now it is a very competition between these two type of traditional cotton textile industry and the mechanized industrial units. Okay, ma'am. And nowadays even slowly that traditional cotton textile industry is vanishing in many areas. Okay, and here we want to know the first mechanized industry for cotton textile is first mill is started in Mumbai in the year 1854, right, ma? 1854, and you all know that Mumbai is otherwise called as the Manchester of India, right? So we might have a doubt why it is called as the Manchester of India, but you can see one main thing. I'll say it by later, right? Okay, ma'am. So the next thing is, the main reason for the first mill to be what started in Mumbai is the warm, moist climate. Okay, ma. Warm, moist climate is very important for spinning and weaving of the cotton, and the port facility, so that easily they can import the raw materials, whether if they are having raw materials they can get it, and also if they are importing from other countries also machineries, if they want to import from other countries means that also it is very easy through the shipping port. Okay, and the next thing is raw materials they are easily getting, and skilled labor were also there at that time, and that led to the rapid expansion of the what mills, cotton mills, mainly in what Maharashtra and Gujarat. Okay, Maharashtra and Gujarat, and the common important centers of cotton mills we can see in Coimbatore, Kanpur, Chennai, Ahmedabad, Mumbai, Kolkata, and Ludhiana, Pondicherry, and Panipat. Okay, ma. And now we are going to see one great that mill in Ahmedabad. And in Ahmedabad, this cotton mill was started in the year 1859. So this is the second cotton mill in India. Okay, ma. So what are the main common things, what are advantages that this Ahmedabad was having, ma? Before that, we have to know one thing. In the olden days, if there is warm, moist climate is there, means only what spinning and weaving can be done. But now, artificially, what through the humid climate and all the things were artificially made for spinning and weaving. Okay, so in all the time, only in the olden days, only in the warm and moist climate only it can be done. But now all the time in all seasons this is done by artificially making the warm and moist climate in the particular area or the particular industry. Okay, ma. So in Ahmedabad, the main reason is this industry is very close to cotton growing area. Okay, ma, cotton growing area, and they are getting upgradation of many machines and technology. Okay, so that is the one main reason for rapid growth in Ahmedabad also. And the next thing is in Ahmedabad, you all know that ideal climate is there. So that is a proper climate for spinning and weaving, and that is not only the reason for the growth, but mainly the skilled and semi-skilled laborers. Okay, only a skilled labor can make the product finish in a perfect way, right? And also they should know how to use the machinery. So these machines were imported from Mumbai port. From other countries also they were importing machines for this industry, and they are getting easily from Mumbai port. Okay, and the next thing is I said to you the finished products for transportation and also for the import and export. So that transportation they are having not only road but also railway network. Okay, ma. And the final thing is nowadays what happened means the cotton textile mills, I said that mills were slowly vanishing because of new textile centers having machineries. Okay, ma. So that is the main reason to close many mills. And the next one what we are going to see is the cotton mill or the textile mill in Osaka, that is in Japan. Okay, Ahmedabad in India and Osaka in Japan. And this, because of this main textile industry, biggest textile industry in Osaka, this Osaka in Japan is said to be called as Manchester of Japan. So now you come to know not only the textile industry but many industries providing much employment opportunity is said to be mainly called as the Manchester. Then only that particular area, the industrial area or industrial development area mainly is said to be called as the Manchester. Okay, that is the thing you have to keep in your mind. So first thing is for this Osaka, the land around this Osaka was very much available for the growth of cotton mills. That is the first reason. And the next thing is they are having a warm and humid climate for weaving and spinning. And the next thing is for cotton, this textile industry also water is very much needed, and for this for in Osaka they got the water from river Yodo, okay, and also they had the port nearby for the import of raw materials and the export of the finished goods, okay ma. And the next thing is cotton. Cotton was imported for that Osaka from different countries, that is mainly from Egypt, India, China and USA, okay ma. And now most of the cotton textile industries are getting replaced. Sorry, now that particular area in Osaka, I said you na, that area, I said you there is this biggest cotton textile industry, but it was slowly replaced because whenever a country they are having many industries, much profitable industries only they will be running and they will be updating it, right? So this industry was replaced by iron and steel industry, machinery industry, automobile industry, electrical industry, and finally cement industries in that area, okay ma. So this is what we are learning in this lesson. So this is how the lesson got over. I just want you to write all those book back answers in your note and you have to send it as homework. Already I know you all have written half of the questions in the previous homework itself. So only few question answers are remaining. I just want you to write it and send it as homework. Okay, ma'am? Thank you.